somebody was talking to a gentleman, higher education people, one of those people, he has a lot of degrees, and they were discussing. The man was saying that no African will go to heaven because we are so dishonest. As well, kind of know. And the person gave an example, but these people are also like that. Also, no, they are only smart. But for the Africans, we are just dishonest. We will go heaven and net to defend these institutions, these countries. And we even call them that they have better systems. You know them, you know yourself. And especially those who live in these countries. They say that, oh, everything works here. Everything is perfect. In Ghana, nothing works. Everybody wants to cheat you. What you don't know is that their very structure is the one that is killing you. The very structure is the one that is killing you. So somebody was telling me that, oh, you see our political system is very corrupt. I said, the democracy itself, that system, the election, democracy, every 4 years, that system itself is corrupt. And so everybody who follows it has a very high tendency to be corrupted. It's not only here. How do you organize money and go and stand for election when you are just a teacher? So we've been trained, we've been programmed to be very negative to ourselves. And the other thing is that the more educated you are, the more you want to use the structure of those countries. And you want to bring them here. So when you want to start a business, you want to bring their structure here. So they will tell you that do this analysis, do here, go here, do everything. By the time you are through with that, then you don't want to start a business again. You see how our governments work. So for instance, a government wants to build a 3-bedroom, three-room, classroom. And the government is charging most of it. If the ordinary contractor will use 100,000 to do it, the government is probably quoting 400, 500, or even $1 million. To do the same thing. Why? Because they have to go through procurement, tender. People would have to come and do value for money, all kind of structures. And meanwhile, this government is saying that they don't have money. They have to go and borrow. But they are using a structure of the people who don't have to go and borrow to come and do this. So your people, your government, your president, they've been trained to run on a system that is not sustainable. And that will never help them to develop. The same thing with those of us who went to school. If you want to start a business, you want to bring a structure, you've been taught a structure that is largely has to be, that structure has to be financed by another group. So for instance, if somebody from those countries want to come to Ghana to start a business, it comes with money. Many times they come with money that is not theirs. They actually don't create wealth with their money. If you don't know, they don't create wealth. A lot of these billionaires that you see, much of the money that they created is not their money. They had to use, they have access to these structures and they can rely on this money. When you come to Ghana and you want to start a business, or I'm here and I'm starting a business, which money do I have access to? Whose money? And so if I want to use that structure where they say that go and do this, and every one of them, you're going to spend money, you will never start that business. So our approach is very much different. But your training has made you to be over careful. So you don't want to make mistakes. You don't want to fail. You don't want to go through any pain. You don't want any controversy. And at the same time, you want to succeed. It does not work like that. Our structure is different. You should be ready to go through pain. You should be ready to go through mistakes. You should be ready to be ridiculed, laughed at, fail many times. That is our structure. It's just like a small child, a baby who wants to walk. That baby would have to go through the natural process. Gets up, crawl, fall, gets up, fall, gets up, falls, gets up. And then it comes to a point that that child has been able to develop the capacity to walk and run. That is our approach. That is our approach. So, Oka said, I came to Ghana, I started business, and it didn't work. Many times your approach, your style of management, your social skills, your stamina, the way you understood the structures here, they were the reason you failed or you succeeded. And many times your training is alien to the very people that you want to serve. That is why you have to model it. That is why you have to try it little by little and taste the failure and taste the discomfort and taste the disagreement and taste all the things that you hear at a very small level. And when you have been able to go through it and you have made it work, then you can blow it up. Because mind you are not coming with borrowed money. And when you fail, you are not going to file for any bankruptcy. So our best approach is just to be lean, to be minimal. Test the concept. Now you're going to learn how to train and how to work with our people. Now you're going to learn all the cultural things that we have. Now you're going to learn how to deal with this government institution that you think is not working. Your friends, so we need to go through this. And so when you want to relocate here, when you want to start a business, whether you live in Ghana or you live in anywhere, the approach is the problem. And so you must come. You need a lot of optimism. You need a lot of confidence. You need even to totally be crazy to say that the only way out is for me to be successful here. I'm not giving options. It's not like when it doesn't work, then I have to move to another place. You come with that resolution that I'm going to make sure that this works. And this is the approach. To understand the model, because nobody is going to give you any money. You're not coming with $5 million. You're not coming with $10 million. You're coming with maybe just 2,000 or 5,000 or 50,000. And you just put all the money in one thing, in a culture, in a business that you don't understand. And when you fails, you say that in Ghana, baby. That is a lie. And the reason you do that is because you've been trained to be paranoid. So when you saw that red flag, when you started it started to create a story that you've been trained to believe, then the fear was heightened. And that's why you gave up. And that's why you started to understand, embrace. Because the other thing is that when you want to do anything in our country, the people who are here will tell you that Ghana is not good. Ghana is not good. So don't try. The people you are with, wherever you are, in America and all those countries, they will also give you the same advice. It is not good. It is part of the conditioning that we have had. And it is by the time I'll be in secondary school, be in university, all the things that they have taught you is to believe that your country is not good. And they have also given you things that you cannot use. A narrative that you cannot use, a mindset that you cannot use, an understanding that you cannot use here. And so you have double problem. You don't understand how things work, and then the system itself is not also designed to support you to work. So you are at double pace to fail. And that is why you don't have to go in big. Now the problem is that once you have a higher education, as I'm making, but look at your pocket. Look at your results. So one thing that must humble you is I'm 40 years. I'm trying to start a business in Ghana. I'm 50 years. I tried to start business in Ghana and it failed. And instead of me to say that maybe I don't know something, I'm rather saying that Ghana is no good. Ghanaians are dishonest. Nothing works there. But I went in without asking myself the approach that I use, the methodology that I use. Did I even understand the culture? Did I have any belief in the people? Did I even train them? Or I came in with them. You see, the white man, the more you adapt the white man's culture, the more you become self-centered, you become selfish, you only look for your interests, you don't look for the communal good, and you are always looking for what will benefit you. And you become so much, you don't feel for the pain of others again, because you want to become successful just alone. So look at your training. In your training from school, you were writing exam to pass. You alone, you wanted to be the first in the class. Is that all it? That's what my friend told me. Is that all it? You alone, you wanted to be first in the class. That's why you alone, you want to go heaven alone, because heaven, the white man system, his philosophy is self. So in heaven, we don't go together. You go by yourself. So everything that he brought self-interest. So protect yourself first. That is their philosophy. And our philosophy is different. So if you don't understand us, you will say that we are nothing and we are backward. Maybe, but you have to understand how we think and how we do things. And so when you have been through school, technically you are in conflict because you are training a culture which is evolving, and then you've been given an education, an input that is contrary to what you have known all your life. And then maybe you even go higher. So that's why I look at government officials. If they design anything, tell me if it works for the people. Look at any institution that higher educated people handle in our country, and tell me one concept that you have developed that has worked. It's not because they are not intelligent, though. It's because of the training and the systems that they develop, the system that they are trying to work with. They fail all the time. You fail all the time. So when you came here, it's the same system that you've been trying to use. That's why you continue to fail. You know, you want to go and do research and analyze it. Okay. You want to do everything. You want to come with law. You want other people's money.